Look at this. They go after they go after Dr. John Campbell in this. I don't know where it goes on about 17 deaths, but they get it all through facts, information. Where freedom of information. See, the thing is, the BBC, they do not know where to look. These news people and that, they have not got a clue. They're useless. Do you notice that they have these so-called specialists? They are not specialists at all. They are some old fool that works at a university that's never done anything, but works at a university. Doesn't know a thing. No doctor. Doesn't know enough about anything. But the BBC seem to love them. The fact is, yeah, that the BBC, even like Dr. John Campbell, he used to be a doctor for many years, and he goes around the world and that, and he's been talking about this virus since last February, January, February. I think it was beginning of February, yeah. Because I remember it from the beginning, before even BBC or anybody spoke of it normally. I was talking about this China virus before anybody, well, not before anybody, but before a lot of people. There's a few of us that we knew what was going on, and they are talking about Dr. John Campbell. It's just fucking madness, it is. How did these claims spread? Misleading 17,000 figure was spread by influential accounts online on January the 7th, 14th. Former Islamist or Islamist. Then on January the 20th, Dr. John Campbell, a retired nurse educator. He's more than a nurse educator. This is how they it's disgraceful how they do this. Who is amidst a huge following on YouTube, released a video describing the figure as a huge story and suggested COVID deaths were much lower than mainstream media. His video has been viewed more than 1.5 million times to date and was shared by because this is all facts and everything. He got all the information and everything through freedom of information things, all of the government websites and everything. He is a doctor. He has a lot of people in a lot of places. He gets a lot of information, and when he says something, he is not wrong. And if he is ever wrong anything about, or if he does ever end up saying something wrong, he will always straight away say that I said something yesterday and I was slightly wrong about something, because he had to do that once. But it was nothing bad or anything. On the same day, misleading false claims posted on a actual falsely claiming that one. Admitting that just 6,000 people have died of COVID. BBC has contacted Dr. Muslim Campbell for things. They haven't. But they tried to they said they tried to contact him. They have not done. They didn't. He hasn't. He hasn't had. Dr. Campbell hasn't even had a message or anything. He didn't. This is the BBC. They just trying, because their butthurt because Dr. Campbell, his views on his this is what he had to say. John gets fact checked by the BBC.
Saturday the 29th of January, and it's a windy day in the north of England. Now, I've got some serious things to talk about today as regards the BA.2. But before we do that, we're going to have a little sort of light distraction, because I've come in for the attention of an organisation called the what was it called again? I think it's called the BBC. I have heard of it before. They've done a bit of a thing about me here. Apparently, I seem to have been saying various things. We'll have a look at it. But it's been labelled as false. Of course, I did not say 6,000 people had died from COVID. This is simply laughable. And here is the BBC article. Of course, I'll put the website on. You can look at it directly. That's actually quite interesting. Let's have a look at it. COVID post claiming only 17,000 died of virus is factually incorrect. Correct? That is factually incorrect, as I believe I've been saying all the way through this pandemic. But of course, you'll have to decide that for yourselves. So reality check sounds good to me. We all want reality, don't we? So reality is brilliant. Then on the 20th of January, Dr. John Campbell, a retired nurse educator who's amassed a huge following on YouTube. Well, it's kind of you to say so, BBC. I'll give that a tick. Released a video describing the figures as a huge story. Now, to be fair, I did say it is a huge story, and it is. Okay, looking back, I might have said a big story. But the point is, at the time I published this video on the 20th of January, I saw no mention of this figure at all in any of the mainstream media. That probably just missed it. If it's been in mainstream media, do inform me. I don't get everything. So yeah, I did say it was a huge story because it is quite a big story, because this is about human pain, suffering, and death, and that's why. Yeah. That's why we do what we do. And suggested COVID-19 deaths were much lower than the mainstream media seems to have been intimating. Well, did I suggest this? Let's just look at the data I actually used. Yeah.
Because she didn't even read the video.
In this video here.
Listen to this.
So here we have this data I used here.
Yeah.
We'll do the survey later. Coronavirus COVID-19 latest insights. So we used that data there from the... where's that from? Oh, that's right. Office for National Statistics.
Yeah.
Which, of course, is the most definitive source in the country by a long way, as everyone would admit. We use the Office for National Statistics data. We also use this information here, deaths in the UK.
Facts.
This is from an organisation called, what's this one? Oh yeah, UK Government. So that's from an organisation called the UK Government, where there's a lot...
I love how he's trolling them, and he's going, oh, what's this? Oh, yeah, it's UK. Well, like, when he goes, I think I've heard of him before, the BBC. It's like, he knows that she's a dumb fool. She is a dumb fool, this woman that made this story, because basically she has not listened to any of the facts that he said in his video, or anything in of what he'd put in down in this video or anything. She totally blanked any of the information or any of the proof or anything of that, and just clicked with that 17,000 deaths. It's disgraceful.
Of official data as well. So we used that
real
site as
official
well.
Data.
This is the actual Freedom of Information request, I think, that we were referring to, deaths from COVID-19 with no other underlying cause. We'll come back to that one in a minute.
Yeah.
We used data from this one. To be fair, we didn't use data from this. We used the extrapolation of the data from that, because that's actually the raw data sets. And of course, great to see that the Office for National Statistics rightly is publishing the granular raw data. And we noticed that this was a problem with certain vaccines and therapeutics, as identified by the British Medical Journal yesterday.
So BBC, you're a disgrace, an absolute disgrace, BBC. You're a disgrace. And your butthurt that a man in his bloody... man in his spare bedroom has got more trustworthy information than the BBC seem to ever have. You, as an organisation, are a disgrace to the BBC. You are a disgrace.